Gamers. Mario Kart has a theming problem. By Go Play Hero. Does he mean he's in like in Smash? I used to play a game with a friend of mine where we'd play Hero and see you could self-destruct first 3 times to win the game. Other than that, I don't think I've ever played Hero. But he has got an interesting question for us. Does Mario Kart have a theming problem? Now, from what I could gather based on his thumbnail, I'm assuming this is an assertion of why does DK like own a mountain? Why does Waluigi have a pinball table? Why does Wario have a Colosseum type vibe? To which I personally think that's what makes Mario Kart very interesting. Could they maybe use the occasional other maybe the odd extra reference or two, considering we had Yoshi's Island in Wave 4 and stuff like that? Yeah, maybe the odd couple of ones. But I'm kind of okay with what Mario Kart is. I don't know about you guys, but I'm okay with what Mario Kart is in that, yeah, DK just has a spaceport now. Now, this could just be a wow, 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 wow. Or gamers, he could actually give us some rather interesting points to ponder. Now, of course, gamers, relatively small channel, and while I do like bullying gamers, let's be nice, okay? Let's be nice. Let's put on nice goggles on today. Without further ado, brother, take it away.
Mario Kart World has a theming problem. Actually, it's not just Mario Kart World, it's Mario Kart in general. This isn't going to be me talking about straightaways or how empty the open world feels or how hot Daisy got for no reason.
She is very gorgeous to me!
It's more so to take a deep dive.
Yeah, guys, it doesn't bode well. He's a Daisy simp. It's like, brother, Rosalina's right there. Come on now. Ridiculous, 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 ridiculous.
Into the theming of Mario Kart, because there's some small aesthetic choices that we're kind of just used to, but are actually pretty weird when you think about it, and I had...
Nah, he's a real one for that. You know I hate to do this. You know I hate to do this to you, Camp. You know I like you. If you can't pay the time, don't do the crime, okay? Thank you so much, Shifu, for coming tonight, brother. What's going on? Who else was it? She always was, but okay, you know what, fair, okay. Zach Scott, you know, fair. Base department? You know, I like you, Armania, but I also think about what you've done, okay? If you can't do the time, don't do the crime.
I haven't really seen many people bring this up. What's poppin', y'all? I'm Michael.
I've already seen people. Oh, Michael. Hello, Michael. You look nice. I like the beard. I like the hair as well. Chain. Got the chain as well. Shit, this guy's dripped up. What I will say is that this is something that actually, let's do a quick cursory Google search, actually. Because if you're asking me, chat, I don't know about you, but I think this is something that's come up, like, not frequently, but I'd say semi-often. Is that fair to say? Like, why doesn't Mario Kart have, like, references to blah, 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 you know? Like, but then again, I could be a bit more ingratiated in the Mario Kart community, so that might be the case. Let's see. I'm not really finding too much off of a quick cursory Google search. So yeah, I could believe, let me try something. Let me try to search one other thing. I just searched the Mario Kart doesn't reference other Mario games, and it has an AI overview. I'm not really seing too much personally. Are there any LGBT characters? Good lord. What are you Zoomers Googling, huh? What could we find? Yeah, a lot of people keep predicting New Donk City tracks. Yeah, exactly. What's the theme of this video again? The theme is a theming problem. Well, are there? Okay, let's find out. What does Google think? Toad? Oh, have you met Toad? It's Princess Peach's PA! Just between us, I think he's definitely gay! You may not agree, but listen closer and you'll see he's very likely to be a big gay.
And this is Go Play Hero. I gotta start by saying I love Mario Kart, love Mario, big fan. Not at all here to hate on the series, and I fully recognize that a lot of what I'm about to bring up amounts to tiny details that the average player isn't necessarily going to think about. And to be honest, the theming of Mario Kart isn't something I thought much about either until very recently. Okay. By theming, I'm referring to the character picks.
I mean, just to interrupt you there, I know you're a relatively new channel, but I'm sure I'm speaking for a lot of us. You'd be shocked how many people like really niche specific topics. Have you ever heard of a channel called Big Yellow? Picaspri? Those are like my 2 favorite. They just do fuck off weird things, and I like them. You'd be shocked, trust me, you'd be shocked. Weird topics sometimes go far around these parts.
Courses and the wider role of Mario Kart 4.
We autistic in here? I don't know about that personally. I haven't been tested, but like, I don't know. Just kind of, sometimes I just like an odd, weird topic, you know. Sometimes.
Nintendo, especially with certain courses and the wider role of Mario Kart for Nintendo, especially with Mario Kart World. I want to start with the courses. I actually love most of these courses here. This isn't coming at them from a design standpoint or a fun standpoint, strictly from a theming standpoint. Do you know what some of the Mario Kart courses remind me of? They remind me of California Adventure. If you don't know, California Adventure is a Disney park that's located across from Disneyland proper. It's not my favorite.
Kind of fun. California Adventure in California? Classic. Is this American? Is this like American moment? It's like having London Town in London. Or like a Chinatown in China. Hang on, really?
Not because there aren't some good rides, but because the theme fundamentally doesn't work.
Yeah, I would say so.
It's a theme park based around California, located in actual California.
That's what I'm
You
saying.
can literally drive 40 minutes north and see the real versions of what they're imitating at the park. Granted, with more trash and crackheads, but still. The Avengers campus is there for what? And the skyline just does not look right. This clunky eyesore used to be the Hollywood Hotel for Tower of Terror, which made sense with the old Hollywood.
It's a theme park? What a weird thing to call a strange. All I'm saying is very strange, guys. Very strange. Very strange.
Feel, but now it's just Guardians of the Galaxy. It's some weird space building just smack dab in the center of it all.
Well, I mean, that's just like the theme of California. The theme is like drugs, isn't it? Like Alfonso said, the theme is drugs. I think that the theme of London is obviously knives. That's just how it is, you know?
Also used to have Bugs Land here. Again, what does that have to do with California? Pixar Pier is here.
Pixar
What does that have to do with California? Why am I pretending to be in California? It doesn't make sense. That's how I feel about some of the Mario Kart tracks, especially with the
It flopped
characters.
when it first opened. Even Simpsons made fun of it. Bloody, even Simpsons joked about it. I didn't even realize. Shit, crazy. I actually didn't know that.
You're doing great for your first day.
The California theme park in the already California-themed California, Defunctland.
Is it a defunct? I haven't seen a Defunctland video in a while. I got addicted to him for a bit. Has he got a video on this? I need to watch it.
Centered ones. It's okay sometimes,
so much.
like Waluigi pinball, fine, okay. Waluigi doesn't really have a specific character trait that would necessarily constitute a full track. But then we have picks like Wario Stadium or Wario Shipyard or Galleon, whatever you want to call it, both of which are returning to Mario Kart World. And I just don't understand what either of these tracks has to do with Wario. I get...
I can see the overall thesis you're going for, but like, I think did he actually choose two of like the worst examples he could have used? Because like Wario like has got like some pirating in him via like his Wario Land games, so it makes sense that he would own like a ship graveyard. Maybe he sunk them and he's trying to plunder it for money or something. And as for the stadium, I think didn't they actually like give it some lore in like the N64 instruction manual, like the Mario Kart 64 construction manual, that he bought just like an empty ass fucking pit and just filled it with dirt and called it a stadium or something like that. So they even gave it like of all the characters you could have picked to be like your starring example, I think you probably picked the worst one. Go Play Hero. I'll be honest with you, not the examples I would use. Definitely not. Definitely not, honestly. Embezzlement, definitely embezzlement. Well, by giving us characters new tracks themes that don't match the themes, it lets us see new facets of them. That's my argument, personally. That is probably my strongest argument, and I'm curious to see if Go Play Hero debunks that, if he epic debunks that. I'll be interested. Because, yeah, I like the fact that characters just have weird things. Yeah, they just have weird stuff. I like it. I continue.
Get that Wario Stadium is from the 64, and they were more limited back then. But in the year of our savior, Luigi 2025, what does this have to do with Wario? Galleon or Shipyard kinda makes sense, I guess. Like pirates, he likes gold,
okay.
he
You
likes
acknowledge
treasure. But it's a bit of a reach, right? Wario's
No,
gold mine
I wouldn't say it's not a reach, no.
was perfect. He's a greedy bastard that loves gold. Makes complete sense. He would have a gold.
What makes sense to you? Like sunk a pirate ship, like a ship graveyard to plunder for money. Like it makes sense too. You know.
But if you're gonna make a Wario themed course, why not like a garlic factory or again something related to?
Oh come on! Come on! Oh, come on! Come on! Oh, why don't we Flanderize these characters even more? Oh, come on, man! No! No! No, Hero! No, you were doing so well! Fuck, why would he own a garlic factory? He just likes to eat the stuff, not make the stuff. Like, he doesn't even like being a game dev, but he just heard it makes money. Therefore, we got the WarioWare games. So like, this is a man who just wants money. Why would he ever make a If anything, that's a worse example. He would own a stadium because like it brings the people in and gets him money. He'd own a gold mine to mine for money. He'd own a shipyard so that he could plunder it for money. Why would he ever own a garlic factory? That wouldn't make him money, you know? I don't know personally. To me, it doesn't make sense. You know, it doesn't make sense. I'm just saying it don't make much sense, man. Bro, just looked at the front of the Wikipedia page and made judgments. Basically, it makes a lot of sense. You see, Wario likes money. He can buy boats and sink them and abandon water and it just gains stonks. Exactly. stadium is Mad Max style. It's clearly Wario themed. I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. Hero,
Gold
help.
or treasure like
Help
they've done
us. The
before.
chat and me are confused.
Or Garlic Factory, or again, something related to gold or treasure like they've done before. Or imagine a WarioWare themed course where there's a section that has a microgame as an obstacle that changes and gets more intense with each lap. Or
That'd be kind of cool, actually.
Mario character racism.
I don't want to hit him with the R word just yet, but it's looking that way. A WarioWare stage could be kind of cool. That would actually be kind of cool. Like I said, I think the odd occasional reference to more side series would be kind of nice. Yeah, that would be. You're right. Again, a Garlic Factory though? Probably no.
he rides motorcycles. Do an enhanced version of the Wario Coliseum from Double Dash. How they had that big spherical cage and you could ride along the walls like a motorcycle stunt person.
Hey, that'd be
It's all
cool.
right there. And in 8 we had Mount Wario, which was a great track, one of my favorites actually, but why is it Wario themed? Really, it has nothing to do with Wario other than that hot air balloon. If
He just owns the mountain. This is just one of those. Yeah, he just owns the mountain, bro. Like you're thinking about it too much. He just owns the mountain. Yeah, DK just has a spaceport. Daisy just has a cruiser despite living in a desert. She just has it. Yeah.
Wario was gonna claim a mountain for himself, given how
Yeah.
narcissistic he is, I feel like
True.
he would have his face plastered everywhere. But he has
I think, well, maybe, but I would say 8 generally, like its art style or art direction, should I say, was relatively low key. They didn't really have too many like grandiose. Yeah, do you know how, like, for example, Double Dash? Double Dash was just, hey, let's make everything have eyes, you know? But I think Mario Kart 8's art direction was, like, let's make everything like look sleek and modern and authentic, you know? That's why, like, the colors were a bit more muted. Like, the water wasn't like a light cartoonish blue, but was more of a clear color. So, like, they were going for like a bit more muted stuff in terms of like the art direction of this game as a whole. They do reference Wario. They have like his iconography along the dam walls on that section. Although you wouldn't be able to see that unless you're in a free cam, obviously. But yeah, like they have references. They just generally tend to keep it low key in 8's art style. That's what I say.
no ties to the snow or snowboarding or mountains. They could have just named this something neutral like Dandelion Depths did. On that note, what is up?
Yeah, but like he just has a mountain, you know? Just has a mountain, you know? Also, it's funny. It makes the funny meme that everyone hates so much.
With so many characters having snow or ice themed courses for no reason. I get it, we gotta have our snow world course for each game. Sherbet Land, totally fine. It's a snow track, but not centered around a character. But then we have Rosalina's Ice World. Rosalina's Ice World? I'm so glad we have Starry Peak in Mario Kart World because it makes
Oh no.
way more sense as a Rosalina stage. But Rosalina's Ice World? This is just a generic winter track with Rosalina's name slapped on it.
This is probably an example of like a track that has poor theming, I would say. Yeah, Rosalina's Ice World is like a very weird case. I would say it's probably one of the rare cases where Nintendo kind of missed, you know? Like with Mount Wario, I could just believe he just owns a mountain. And that's one. With Ice World, it's just like, no one does have a strange name, but it's like, it's ice. She was never really associated that much with ice. Like, I guess you wanted to make it an ice course, but then like you have the galaxy references, so you're willing to reference galaxy, but make it an ice course. Maybe reference this is probably one of the very few instances where I will give it to you. The theming of this and the attachment to the character is very strange. But I can't think of, off the top of my head, I can't think of any other examples of tracks where I see a character associated with a thing. Space Eagles Scott, maybe? Yeah, probably. She's blue. Is that it? I guess that kind of works. But yeah, this is probably the only one where like I saw her and I'm just like... And then the rest of it is just kind of... And I don't think there's another track. Could have worked well as a Snow Ice Galaxy. Yeah, maybe. Like, if it maybe had, like... Because, again, they had, like, galaxy references in the background. Maybe there was more, like, galaxy references in the stage, maybe, to, like, round it out a bit more. I don't know. Maybe bounce off the comic territory to be like, just to make... I don't know. Something like that could have been nice. Who could they give a snow track to? Before having Snowman and Penguin, who could they give it to? Well, no one, really. Yeah, I think that's actually another interesting point you bring up, is that I think Snow and Ice... I think are very interesting biomes to make for a racetrack, because obviously what Snow and Ice have is that they have the traction penalty, don't they? They have the handling penalty. So as a gimmick for a track, I think it's actually very, very good to use. It's just, who do they give it to? And then you could obviously make the argument they don't give it to no one, just make it a neutral track. But what I would say is that Mario Kart, this is just a thing Mario Kart has done. Do you know what I mean? Mario Kart has consistently done this thing where like characters own a track. So, and while they could forego that, it's just more of a tradition at this point. Does that make sense? That's what I would say, you know? Thank you so much, Yoshi.
I like Rosalina's Ice World as much as is. But it should have been saved for 8 so you could use the anti-grav to race on planetoids from Galaxy.
That would have been kind of cool. Yeah, that would actually been pretty sick, but... Or maybe it would have been like, maybe they could have made it a bit more like a reference. Maybe they could have been like referenced like Freeze Flame Galaxy, for example. Maybe like ice sword on one side, and then like maybe like flame orbs hit it at some point, something like that. Maybe like some extra sauce. I don't know, man. Like Resident Evil is such a weird stage. I just don't like it, to be honest. Yeah, I think this is one example. I don't know if you can come up with more examples of tracks with themes that like I was never enamored by. Maybe.
She's like a goddess of the cosmos. She watches over all these vast galaxies, and you just give her a random snow planet and call it a day? Why wouldn't it have been the observatory or even something more directly space themed to begin with? Maybe the ice is referring to the comet, but then call it Rosalina's comet or something. Have it so you're racing on an icy comet that's
that would be cool. Yeah, true.
Space
Actually
super
true. Yeah.
fast, and all the stars in the sky are zooming by in the horizon. And do not get me started on DK Summit and DK Pass. Donkey Kong and Snow.
Don't do it, brother. You've made the calamitous error, brother, of going up against the guy that is very familiar with Donkey Kong. You've made a calamitous error. You've made it. Don't do it. For your sake, I advise you, don't do it. Okay, don't do it. Don't do it.
Do not get me started on DK Summit and DK Pass. Donkey Kong and Snowy Mountain do not go together.
Oh, he said it. Again, hang on, the game is references Frozen Ape. Hang on, you could save it, gamers. You could save it. Hang on, hold. Maybe I pause any dim. Hold.
It's maybe tied to Tropical Freeze now, but these courses were made well before then.
No, okay, he didn't. He didn't save it, gamers. He didn't save it. In the original Donkey Kong Country 1, you go to Gorilla Glaciers, which is a mountain on DK Island. So this is one of those cases where Donkey Kong getting Snow Mountain theming literally makes sense. In fact, this is literally one of the worst examples you could have used, like unironically. Because yeah, like the fact that he gets Snowy Mountains is a reference to Gorilla Glaciers. Or Glaciers. Glacier? Yeah, it's a reference to that, so yeah. This is one of those ones where they're actually kind of making like a bit of a match, you know? But yeah, I'm sorry, bro. I'll have to hit him with the wrong. We're gonna have to hit him with the wrong, chat. We're gonna have to hit him with the wrong.
It'd be jungle themed, banana themed, minecart themed, something like that.
Oh, and the racism taboo, and the racism. You should only get jungles and minecarts. You're a monkey. You are a monkey. Minecarts and jungles only. But okay, that's unbelievable. That's unbelievable, brother. What are we doing? What is happening here? There's a whole new world for Donkey Kong. There's so much you can reference. What's that like? If I'm gonna do but what about like? In all fairness, a minecart world would be kind of cool. But like, I would not limit Donkey Kong's scope to just minecarts jungle, and that's it. Does that make sense? Are you telling me? Like, let's say for example, Mario Kart World 2 or whatever the next game's gonna be, Mario Kart Universe. Donkey Kong gets a minecart track. Okay, nice, cool. Mario Kart Galaxy or whatever it is. We're back to jungle. I'm like, no, give him more. No, Jiro, no. No, he's capable of. Do you know what I would want if I'm going to reference Andy, chat? Do you know what I would want a level of? What's that world in Tropical Freeze that's like a fruit factory? You know that level, that world that's just like full of fruits, like kind of being made and stuff. Do you know what I mean? That level, that world or that island from DKCTF. That's one I want to level. Juicy Jungle, thank you. Juicy Jungle. That's the one I want. That would be sick. If I'm not going to get him, because in all fairness, I want minecart level. I think a minecart level would be fucking sick, right? If I'm going to do a second one, though, it has to be like the Popsicle Factory. What's it called? I don't know what it's called. I forgot what it's called. But like that one where you're like making like fruits and stuff. You know, that one. That would be kind of cool. Juicy Jungle with the Warriors Gold Mine section. Oh, that'd be cool. Yes. Oh, and it'd be an ice track. That makes sense, wouldn't it? It'd be good. It'd be so good, wouldn't it? Sawmill 3. That was a great minecart level. Donkey Kong getting into snowboarding and skiing in his spare time is funny as hell. Yeah, it's just really funny, honestly. The DKC games are already such great level theming. Yeah, no, take it for the most basic ones. They're very strange. They really are, innit? What was one of my least things about DK is that he only gets jungles and mountains. Yes, the Fear Factory level. Bonanza level? Hey, listen, based off like, I don't know, which layer would you use? Fuck. It's definitely got to be like the food layer, right? I think it has to be. Has to be the food layer. I'd want one based on the food layer, 100%.
It would probably even be a better fit for the shipyard given his ties to K. Rool. And don't worry, we're getting...
Hang on. Let's go back a little. Oh, we monologued.
Oh, before then. DK tracks should be jungle-themed, banana-themed, minecart themed, something like that. Bro would probably even be a better fit for the shipyard given his ties to K. Rool. And don't worry, we're getting to K. Rool. But
What, DK's shipyard? DK's galleon? Over Wario? What, just because he's related to K? I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know about that, brother. K. Rool galleon? Yeah, if it was named after K. Rool, then sure, but like... no? I don't know, to be honest. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't... If it was DK's shipyard, then maybe. Yeah, if it was already that, then fair. But I am not replacing Wario's shipyard with like DK. I'm not changing the name. I'm not doing that. I'm just not doing that. That's just a Gangplank Galleon stage would go hard. It would go hard, but like I'm not taking Wario's shipyard and giving it to like DK or something. No, I'm not changing the name. Guilt by association type. True.
Snow-themed courses for Donkey Kong. That ape from the jungle? Nah, bro. He just likes to ski. DK has had some good...
Gorilla Glade. Oh no, leave me alone.
Throughout the games that definitely play on that jungle, rustic, barrel-filled aesthetic. But it's weird that DK Pass is the only DK track that they chose to bring back in Mario Kart World. I don't know, man. I feel like the character courses should reflect the identity of the characters. DK Spaceport is cool, at least. A nice nod to the OG arcade game, which was sorely missing from Mario Kart all these years. But it's a spaceport. Why is it a spaceport? I guess it's fine. It's tied to Crown City. Hold up. The Donkey Kong themed spaceport is connected to Crown City, which is just some made up city. Please explain to me why and how this isn't New Donk City.
Because it's not New Donk City. It's Crown City. It's not. It's Crown City. That's why. It's not New Donk. New Donk's its own separate thing. No. It's just, it doesn't need to make sense. No. Would it have been nice if it was New Donk? Yeah, maybe. But I'm okay with Crown City, personally. Not everything has to be a reference.
Have a city. It's a city you already have in the Mario world.
Yeah, but more cities exist. There's like Mushroom City and Crown City and New Donk City. And then there's City Escape, City Walk, City Airlines, City Airport. Living in a city. There's like loads of cities, bro. Diamond City, Block City. There's loads of cities, man. It isn't just one city.
That's literally based on Donkey Kong, and it connects to the DK Spaceport. It's so obvious. Why in Luigi's name would they not just make this course New Donk City? Which leads me to another problem with the tracks, which is they just don't utilize their existing world as much as they could. They don't
do you mean by
all
this?
have to be from an existing Mario game, of course. That could get boring. I love having original tracks like Chocolate Mountain or Baby Park, and obviously Rainbow Road is a staple. But there are so many locations in the Mario world that just aren't explored in Mario Kart for some reason. They do this sometimes, like Delfino Square in DS, but we haven't seen Delfino in a grip. We got Yoshi's Island in 8 Deluxe, but it was gone just as quickly as it appeared. I am glad that they brought back Airship Fortress as a nice Super Mario 3 reference. And there have been a small handful of others like it in past games, but just not as much as you would think. Odyssey hasn't
I'm just kind of okay with that, honestly. Yeah, I'm just kind of okay with that. Like, yeah, is it, again, would I like, if you ask me, like, chat right now, let's say they make 2 DLC packs, right? 16 new tracks, 8 and 8, right? At most, give me like maybe two like reference there for. Just give me like 1, 2, and that's it. I don't know. I personally have just become a big fan of how Mario Kart just does its own thing. Like I like over the years, I think that's just one of Mario Kart's strongest assets, if you like, if that makes sense, because it makes it feel special whenever they do like, oh, that's the thing from the thing, right? Like, I suppose if you keep thinking about it, it gets more annoying. Why haven't they done Wario? Why haven't they done Mario and Luigi? I suppose if you keep thinking about it, you just end up annoying yourself. But by constantly thinking about this, you ignore the good we already have. Do you know what I mean? Like, I could understand this if Mario Kart's theming and tracks were very uninspired, 100%. But Mario Kart World probably has the most consistent Nitro selection like ever made. I want to say, or like track selection, should I say? Like, I think it rivals Mario Kart 7 in just how consistently brilliant a lot of the tracks are. Like, the only out-and-out stinker is Desert Hills. And, like, the rest of them's biggest crime is just being, like, not as good as the rest. Like, so I can understand this if, like, Mario Kart 1 was, like, begging for more inspiration. Maybe you could spice out with a few more references, but I'm just really okay. Honestly, I'm just really, really okay with where we are right now, you know? I feel like mainline Mario could use some wacky theming like Mario Kart does. I think, yeah, if anything, mainline Mario could do with a bit more like wackiness, just a bit more maybe. But like, I think Mario Kart is fine with where it is, you know. Shell Cup was a mistake. Like, I'm not gonna defend Shell Cup. I think they definitely should have replaced Crown City and Peach Stadium with 2 other tracks. But just in general, I'm just okay with it. I'm just way more okay with it. Absence makes the heart for fun. Yeah, a little bit, honestly. I'm just okay with it. I don't know what to tell you, Go Play Hero. I'm just okay with it, man. Like, and I think it's one of those things where we've never had a Mario Kart game that made like reference. So like so it's not one of those things where we used to have reference tracks and now we don't, so people are annoyed. It's like Mario Kart has never really been this. It just never has. So you're hearkening to a Mario Kart that just doesn't exist, you know? That's the strangest bit when people say this. Like you're talking about like when the Smash fans say we need to go back to like hyping up the first party games. That makes sense because there was a time where this fuck off 2D guy called Mr. Game & Watch being in Melee was actually kind of hype, you know? Whereas nowadays, some fuck off Game & War like rep, Game & Watch NES rep would just be like, who the fuck is this guy? Who the hell is Urban Champion, or why did he waste our slot? Yeah, I can understand it when Smash fans say that. We want to go back to a time where first parties were pretty exciting. But like, you're hearkening to a war that you've never fought. Like, it's the Japanese soldiers have been fighting a war for 27 years that just didn't exist, you know? You know what I mean? It just didn't exist. So, I don't know. It's really weird. It's really weird when I hear people say this, honestly. Technically, Sweet Sweet Canyon is inspired by Mormon and National Levels of Wonder. If it is, then amazing. We got a reference. Another reference, therefore, right? For reference tracks, I kept to less than 50%. It's a good thing. I like the new tracks over the references they do. Yeah, like, and then again, like Mount Wario doesn't exist. Like if Mario Kart over the years went reference, we wouldn't have Waluigi Pinball, wouldn't have fucking Mount Wario. We wouldn't have like how many Super Bell Subway, how many like amazing stages would just not exist. Do you know what I mean? That's my issue. How many amazing stages, if Mario Kart had this philosophy, the entire series would just not exist. Honestly, jeez. The GBA, say what you want about Super Circuit, my father. You have to, everyone admits, if there's one compliment everyone gives Super Circuit, the theming of that game is brilliant. You got Cheeseland, you got Ribbon Road, you got Lakeside Park. You know what I mean? Like, you got so many cool, unique ideas that would just never be done. You know? Sweet Healing Sprint as well, yeah. So I'm just like, come on, man. Come on. I don't get you, brother. I don't get you, man. Go back. I understand the cry, but you're crying and no one came. Do you know what I mean? It's like, come on, man. Come on.
Gotten any love despite all these kingdoms.
I know, fairness, just to defend him somewhat, he did say he was okay with the tracks as is. He just wants a bit more. So he's not coming at it from they should never do regular tracks, always do like references. He's not coming at it from that perspective. But again, like I just couldn't agree. It's just like a simple case of I extremely humbly but very braggadociously disagree, Mr. Go Play Hero. But finish up, shall we?
They made just for that game alone. No Babam Battlefield after all these years. Nothing from the Flower Kingdom. Nothing from Sarasaland. Nothing from Diamond Stuff like it in past games, but just not as much as you would think. Odyssey hasn't gotten any love despite all these kingdoms they made just for that game alone. No Babam Battlefield after all these years. Nothing from the Flower Kingdom. Nothing from Sarasaland. Nothing from Diamond City. This feels especially noticeable to me.
Again, one of those maybe, but like, I'm sorry, I just don't get it. And yeah, they do have. Hang on, they do have Sarasaland. No, I just realized. I just heard the misspeak. Thank you so much, Yoshi. The closest things to reference tracks were in SMK. Yeah, literally, that's actually true. Most of SMK was what, just references to Super Mario World. So yeah, that makes sense. But like, no, gamers, that's twice. No, Hero, no. Oh man, a strike 2, man. One more strike, gamers, and he's out. You know we have to bully him if he gets one more strike. It's a joke, by the way. Don't do that. You will be banned. 0 tolerance.
In Mario Kart World. It's Mario Kart World. I want to feel like I'm driving through a condensed version of Mario's World. And there's more than enough to work with. And with this open world, they would have even more opportunity to base some of the intermission highways off of these locations if they wanted to. Imagine having...
For me, like, when I hear Mario Kart World, firstly, it's just a catchy title. So but like, obviously, if we're taking it literally in the sense that, I want it to feel like an interconnected world, I think they did that quite well. But secondly, I think if anything, within the realm of Mario Kart, I think they also did that pretty decently. Like, isn't like just SNES tracks just there in like random spots? So if anything, doesn't that give the game the world building that where they are, this island, this mysterious island somewhere in the fucking Mushroom universe, was probably where the original SMK was featured, and then they expanded into this island, right? So, if anything, within the realms of Mario Kart specifically, I feel like Mario Kart World does a bit of pretty good world building, if that makes sense. If you ask me, I think it does a pretty solid job at that. I don't know. For example, what if after the Galaxy games, Rosalina starts getting into skateboarding and leading to a skate park theme track called Rosalina Kickflip Galaxy? Shit, yo. Nintendo's hiring, brother. Nintendo's hiring.
Super Bell Hill as like an intermission location, and the music from that stage plays.
Go back on a sec.
Wanted to. Imagine having Super Bell Hill as like an intermission location, and the music from that stage plays in the background. Like these types of
but they do that. They do that with the SNES tracks. Literally, they do what you're talking about, but they do it within the realms of Mario Kart. Literally, like, you drive from, I forgot what track it was, to Boo Cinema, and then guess what's there? Ghost Valley. Brilliant. You drive from, I think it was Sky High Sunday to Warriors Galleon in the Star Cup. What's in the middle? Vanilla Lake. What the hell? That's just like right there. You know what I mean? You're like, oh shit, really? That's crazy. You know, and then what's it? You drive from Acorn Heights, so guess where you're at? Mario Circuit. All three of them things. All three of them, brother. All three of them. But yeah, this guy seems chill, so I'm not angry or anything by respect. Yeah, no, he's put together he's put together his points relatively reasonably. He's just unfortunately made the calamitous error of just being like a bit wrong, you know? Unfortunately.
Locations don't necessarily have to always be full-blown courses in this game if they don't want them to be. But it doesn't stop with the courses. The rosters for Mario Kart have been a point of
don't. Is this gonna be Strike 3, chat? Is this gonna be Strike 3? They got rid of Mafunky Kong for No! After all of this. Please, don't do this to me. Kira, don't. This will be Strike 3. And it'll be, you're out of here. Do you know what I mean? Strike 3. He's out of it. Don't do this to me, Hero. You can't do this to me. Guys, hold. Chat. Hold.
Attention for a hot minute. I think in the beginning, for the first few games, they were able to get away with a more modest lineup because they didn't have as much to work with, and obviously there were hardware limitations, but as time goes on, it gets more and more apparent they're missing like several chunks of the Mario universe, and I think it's a really big missed opportunity. Of course, we have the enemies this time around, and they're a nice touch for sure, but again, they're not using all at their disposal.
Okay,
I know this is because they already had the models for these enemies in the game, so they're easy to design, but just let's dream for a moment. Mario is a huge universe with tons of spin-offs and little worlds within the world itself, and Mario Kart pretty much never takes advantage of this. It is wild.
Okay, so in all fair, it doesn't seem like he's doing the Mafunky Kong. He's just saying that, I'm guessing the point is going to be, yeah, the NPCs were a good start, but they need to expand it a bit more. So instead of saying Mafunky Kong, he might do something even worse, chat, which is Gino. Gamers, oh no, gamers. If he's saying he likes the NPCs more, I'm fine with that. But if he name drops Gino or Vivian or Fawful, that I'm gonna retroactively say that's Strike 3, chat. Okay, that's Strike 3. Let's see. Hold, chat. Hold. Let's see what he says. Because yeah, I actually kind of agree. I like the NPCs. Give us more NPCs. Give us Boom Boom. Give us a Paratrooper. Give us Sumo Bro. I'm okay with that personally. If he says that, golden. If he says Gino, we're not golden. Let's find out.
Had to wait almost 10 years for Diddy Kong and Bird.
No! He's gonna do it, gamers. He's gonna do it. Hang on. No, I've got no faith. He's gonna do it, gamers. No.
These two should be locks for every game day one at this point.
But he's a Diddy Kong guy. Diddy Kong. He's a Diddy Kong. No! He's Diddy Kong. Diddy Kong. Hang on.
Even beyond that, there are entire sub-series that got little.
Don't you fucking fourth. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Nothing. Luigi's Mansion, Yoshi, WarioWare, Wario Land, Donkey Kong, the Peach games, Dr. Mario, Paper Mario, Mario Luigi, Mario RPG. We pretty much.
I saw Gino, gamers. We saw Gino, gamers. We saw Gino. It's a swing and a miss, gamers. It's a swing and a miss. Strike 3, go play hero. Warm up the bench, broski. You're out of there.
Never see characters from these series, but why? How have we not gotten EGAT?
Oh no, he might be us. He might actually legitimately name drop Gino, gamers.
or some of the ghosts from Luigi's Mansion yet. There are so many dope characters in Wario Land and WarioWare, but they're just stuck there. We've gotten a small...
Stuck! Oh no! 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 Stuck! Stuck! No! Implying as if like they're like, no, let us out, move it sucked, which it didn't, by the way. Move it was great. Stuck. Oh no, no, they're just in their own universe, doing their own thing. No, they can stay there. Maybe, hey, I wouldn't mind a playable Mike, but just let them. They can stay there, and we can be staying. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong. No, free us. Who are you freeing, gamers? Prison Break. Hang on, just imagine, gamers. Just imagine prison walls. Oh, who's there? It's me. I've come to rescue. Wait, actually, who's your name? Who are you rescuing? Whose visage comes from the side? Who do you see? For me, it's Mike. My name's Mike. Mike. Get in the hole. We've made it. We've dug you out of prison. That's for me. That's for me. I'm digging Mike out of prison. All right. That's my boy Mike. I'm digging Mike out of prison. Jimmy T, Zananub, Mona, Connie, K. Rule, 18 volt. Maybe 5 volt. Maybe 5 volt for me. I don't know. Ultra Glass from Superstar Saga. I don't even remember who that is actually. Fucking Goombella. Oh man, I'm saying again, guys. I'm freeing Captain Fog. Don't you laugh at me. I'm freeing Captain Dementio. What? Not even fucking Chunks. Wrong character. Void Kong will be hot.
A handful of the Kongs, obviously, but like, what about all of the others? At least Cranky.
Guys, Funky Kong's on the guys. It's actually so over. Oh man.
And yeah, the age-old question: where is K. Rule?
Oh, and he's one of those. No. He's one of those. Guys, he's one of the... That's strike 4. He's one of those. K. Rule is dead. Okay, K. Rule is dead. Void Kong is in, okay? Come on now, we know how it goes.
Where are the Kremlings? Free them, please. But it's not even just the spin-offs. Again, with Mario Odyssey, none of the new species that they introduced from all of those kingdoms they made have been anywhere to be found since the game dropped. It's like, other than Pauline, they forgot that game even happened. Like, not even Cappy. Also, no Lumas either. Side tangent. Damn. The roster.
Well, the NPCs. I mean, I would let them be playable, but it's just NPCs.
Talked about the death. I'm not gonna harp on it too long, but
Odyssey complaint is valid. I would have liked it if more Odyssey stuff got referenced, honestly. Yeah, same with the one. Again, this is all just like, it would be nice. Like, my entire argument is, it would be nice, but I'm not like at the picket fence. You know what I mean? Like, if you were protesting outside Nintendo, give us fucking Luma, give us Odyssey stuff, give us Wonder stuff, I'd be like, hey, good luck, boys. I've got dinner, so I'm gonna head out. That'd be me, you know? Like, I'd support you, like, you know, on from the sidelines, but it's raining, and I didn't bring an umbrella, and I don't believe in the cause hard enough to get these new shoes wet, so yeah, good stuff.
Get to why I think they should be more intentional with their theming and take advantage of their interconnected world more. Mario Kart moving forward should be Mario's Smash Bros. I know that sounds weird because there's...
Do you know the worst part is, Go Play Hero? If it wasn't for World, like, really digging in on the mainline Mario NPCs, I would have agreed with you. And remember, guys, I was on his side. I'm not gonna pretend I wasn't. I was on his side. If this video was released, not even like 2 months ago, like, was it like 4 months ago? Yes, I would have agreed with you, because obviously you guys know my stance. My stance was they either get wacky with it or Nintendo Kart. And guess what? They got wacky with it. It's time for me to eat crow. They got wacky with it. So I want Mario Kart to be Mario Kart. So me, I want it to be just keep getting wacky with it. Keep getting wacky with the roster. Give me Boom Boom. Give me fucking Coin Block. Give me whatever. You know, give me some more Mario universe craziness. As for Nintendo Kart, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know personally. I'm just not with it anymore. I'm just not with it anymore, Hero.
Plenty of Mario representation in Smash, but I think in the way that Smash is a celebration of Nintendo and gaming as a whole, Mario Kart should be a celebration of Mario as a whole. Mario Kart at this point is an even bigger IP than the mainline games. Mario Kart is a household.
Oasis tomorrow and Sir Musty stream tonight. Wonder which will be more entertaining.
It's got to be Oasis, surely, man. I'm just a guy in his bedroom. Okay, come on now. But thank you so much for the $4.99. Also, can we hear that back one more time, please? Can we hear that one more time, gamers?
and gaming as a whole, Mario Kart should be a celebration of Mario as a whole. Mario Kart at this point is an even bigger IP than the mainline games. Mario Kart.
Guys, I think that might have to be strike 5. I think that might have to be. That might have to be strike 5, chat. There is absolute... Grok, is this true? Grok, is this true? Grok is getting back to me. That's a little crazy, brother. I'll be real. I mean, he's technically correct. Is he? Is Mario Kart a bigger series than mainline Mario? I wouldn't say so. I'd say mainline Mario is bigger than Mario Kart. Personally. Maybe just Mario Kart 8.
Is a household staple.
I'm not saying so. I'll be real with you guys. No.
And pro tip, it does really well on dates. You're welcome. And not only that, but Smash has historically been a way for people to become more acquainted with new characters and series that they've never heard of before. It's a large part of why Fire Emblem blew up in the West years after debuting. We didn't even know what Fire Emblem was in America until Melee, and I distinctly...
Sales-wise, it's probably bigger. Maybe sales-wise, but like... I don't know, I still think the mainline games still have more influence. Still have more like longevity than Mario Kart, I would say. I don't know. I don't know. That sounds weird to think about. Maybe it is, but I don't know. I just don't. That sounds weird to think. I'm not for that, and it sounds wrong. I'm just gonna Brandine get you my shotgun. That's a weird statement. I don't know if I've passed it enough to agree or disagree. Come on, man. It's gotta be 3D. I don't think so. I don't think. Not yet. Like, if Mario Kart let's say the next. If we're going by sales numbers, then maybe. But like, I'm saying in terms of like influence and like pedigree and what have you. If Mario Kart World and the next Mario Kart game end up selling, maybe not the exact same amount, but let's say both the next Mario Kart World and the next Mario Kart game end up selling like 50 million each, right? Then I'd be like, okay, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is just this unbelievable fluke. Like, Mario Kart is like fucking insane. Does that make sense? For me, it doesn't have pedigree and legacy, right? It's like with football, chat. You can win the league, but if you end up being like fucking bottom of the table and being relegated, it's like, well, did you win the league by luck, or like was it just one time thing? You know, it's just like, can you do it over multiple stretches of time? Do you have a legacy? Can you build up a bit of pedigree? You know, so like mainline Mario has been more is a stronger IP, but Mario Kart is more. Oh yeah, I'd agree with that. Mainline Mario Kart is a stronger IP, but Mario Kart has more universal appeal. I would say I agree with that. But if you mean like if what you mean to say is Mario Kart is stronger than Mario, I would say not yet. Not yet. I would say maybe it can be. I would say it can be. Give it like a bit more, you know?
I distinctly remember having my dad buy me Fire Emblem on the GBA because I wanted to see where Marth and Roy came from, and I know I'm not alone. It was Sacred Stones. They weren't even in that game.
Shame.
Played it. With so many eyes on Mario Kart, Nintendo should use this as an opportunity to promote their other Mario adjacent franchises. I can all but guarantee if you threw in my boy Jimmy T and a WarioWare course, WarioWare will see an uptick in sales, no doubt. And not only that, but
is it just the numbers then? Is it all just it's all the numbers, Spider-Man? It's all the numbers. Well, don't get me wrong. Like, Marth and Roy were definitely a cool addition and definitely put Fire Emblem on the map in the West. That was quite nice. But is it up to Mario Kart to do the same thing? Is it? That's what I would say to you. Should Mario Kart be another vector for the money? The money, Spider-Man. The money. It should either be about the money. For me, it's just. I just want wacky and interesting characters. If they're going to do it within the realm of Mario or go beyond the borders, then by all means. But like, for me, I just want cool, interesting characters. And if they're not willing to go across the borders and they're willing to stay within the realm of Mario Kart, then yeah, sure. Like, for me, I'm okay with either. If they add Jimmy T, I'm okay with it. If they add fucking Coin Block, I'm okay with it, you know? Also, just on like wishy-washy videos like this, oh my god, Matt, is Mean Hugh coming out? Is Mean Hugh coming out now? Shit. He's got 200 subscribers, Mean Hugh. You gotta be nice. They just don't feel that they're based in reality. Very rarely look at the subject matter objectively and realistically. He has 25,000 views, okay? Therefore, he's right, okay? Give me Jimmy T, Matthew, come on.
These kinds of additions.
Hey, drink the Kool-Aid. Hey, why are you not sipping? Sip. Sippy Nintendo. Sippy sip, Nintendo soy boy, come on. Have your crazy juice.
Mario's wider world would just be a nice treat for diehard fans who've played all the games. And tying this into theming, it almost seems like they're trying to do this with the music lineup in Mario Kart World. Like, there are some amazing remixes from not not just all of Mario Kart, but from all of Mario, including the spin-offs, which makes it so much more confusing. If you're gonna have probably hundreds of reimagined pieces celebrating Mario's entire history play in the background, then why doesn't the game itself feel like it's celebrating Mario's entire history? There's
Does it? Well, is Mario Kart World intended to celebrate Mario Kart's history? No. Okay, do you know what, Matthew? I think you're kind of right. I think this guy has had too much the fucking what's it? Head in the clouds juice. He's had a bit too much. Bit too much. Whoa! Oh man! I'm in the clouds, boy. Call me Lakita, boy. I'm in the clouds, boy. I'm in the clouds. Thank you so much, Lee KG, Lee GDK. German doner kebab? Shit, I could go for one right now. For being in Moscow at night, brother. Appreciate that. No, I'm just like, it's not supposed to be a celebration, though. Like, what in God's name gave you the idea that this was going to be a... Hang on. Sorry. I'm stealing this joke. I don't know, Go Play Hero. I think I had one too many panda coladas. That was my joke, by the way. It's my joke. It wasn't his joke. Maybe, because I'm just like, Smash Ultimate... Yes, that was very clearly the whole idea of Smash Ultimate. Everyone is here. Literally everyone is here. Mario Kart was not trying to be that. It was just like another Mario Kart game. That's what it was trying to be. But like it had this whole gimmick of interconnected world. That's what it was trying to be. So when you say this, I'm just like, what are we talking about here? I don't know. I say this as a Kirby fan. Kirby Star Alamo is the most fan service and it was a huge celebration of the past. I don't care. Is the game fun? It really wasn't. Yeah, I think that's what it comes down to it. I think, you know what it is? I think people would rather reference over core fundamentals. And to be honest, I think anybody who thinks this way is just wrong. I'm gonna go with that. I'm not gonna be polite. I'm just gonna say you're wrong. I'm just gonna say you're wrong. Because for me, I'd rather a tight, fun, cool experience over reference. And obviously, it's the part where you say, "But why can't we have both?" To which I say, I would rather Nintendo are a talented development studio, right? I know that they're going to craft an amazing game for me, right? I am okay with their philosophy of let's make the gameplay phenomenal and let's put everything else let's make everything else go around. Like Splatoon, wasn't Splatoon like the ultimate example? They came up with the concept first, and then they were like, yeah, let's make this like a fleshed out world and everything else. For me, the concept of Splatoon of like shooting a gun that fires terrain that you can move, you can stealth in and move faster is a phenomenal design concept. Brilliant stuff. If they were like, yeah, let's take Mario Kart and let's add wall riding, let's add grinding, let's add like a lot of bit more aerial mobility, I'm like, amazing, phenomenal. Everything else you do with it is entirely your own direction, but I'm okay with the gameplay being like there first, Like I wouldn't want a Star Ally situation where it ends up being a lovely celebration, but the gameplay sucks. I wouldn't want that. Ideally, maybe we could have both. Maybe. But I'm just okay with. I just want the gameplay to be phenomenal. That's my. I'm going all in on that, man. I'm going all in on that. You can have both, but if you had to prioritize one, I'd rather that. I don't know, man. I don't know, broski.
Why doesn't the game itself feel like it's celebrating Mario's entire history? There's just some weird dissonance there. There was a moment where Jungle Hijinks from Donkey Kong Country was playing in free roam randomly. Classic DK track. Great swingy, jazzy vibe. It's an absolute banger. But as incredible as the music is, there's this feeling of like, why is this song playing here right now? It's just out of place. DK actually...
No, it's not. It's a jukebox for you to explore the open world. That's what it is. That's literally all it is. It's a jukebox. Because I know, for example, it's literally. have you never played GTA? It's literally imagine instead of, because like I know when I played GTA 5, which I didn't play that long ago. I played like 2 years ago, I think. Phenomenal game, by the way. Yeah, like I would like go on like the radio station and just pick whatever music I was in the mood for. Did I want some hardcore gangster rap? Did I want some like pop jams? Did I want some fucking opera? I don't know what I was feeling like, but I'm just like, yeah, let me just put something on and just fucking jam to it as I drive to the next location. That was half the fun of the driving in GTA. Do you know what I mean? You jam some music. If you got an NPC, there's usually a fun conversation, which again, the writing in that game is stellar. I fucking love GTA 5. So yeah, it's either one or the other. Do you know what I mean? It's like you're on a road trip. Do you know what I mean? So like that's what they were going for. Like obviously, in an ideal world, Nintendo would let me like plug my fucking Spotify in, and I could roam down the streets of Crown City listening to California Love. But this is a nice substitute. You know what I mean? I can roll down the streets of Desert Hills while fucking Eastern Kingdom plays or some shit. I don't fucking know. Like a jukebox. It's just a jukebox. There is no. But why is it like you're not supposed to think of it as why isn't it a reference? It's like no, it's just a jukebox. Like it's just playing random songs in the background. You just enjoy it for what it is. You know. Like, do you want Dead Silent? I don't know what to tell you, man.
Got shafted pretty hard in this game, all things considered. It's just out of place. DK actually got shafted pretty hard in this game, all things considered. And
if we talk about the costumes department, yes, definitely. But they're probably going to do something with Bonanza in regards to that. He got 2 tracks in this game, one of which I'd say is decent, and the other's like one of the best in the game. I think DK is doing fine.
Country series especially doesn't feel well represented at all, or even really acknowledged. It actually feels less represented than past Mario Kart games. Then you stop caring because
hang on.
the music is so good and it doesn't really matter. But there is that moment. There's that moment of, but why though?
I think, brother, you've been sippy. Hey, no more. You've had too much Nintendo soy juice. I'm gonna have some now. I'm gonna finish the rest of this. Okay, you had too much. Hey. Here, have your PlayStation cigarettes, okay? Have your PlayStation cigarettes. Excuse me.
It's like Mario Kart World wants to both recognize its source material, but also ignore it completely simultaneously. This is why I don't want them to do a huge Smash Bros.-esque Nintendo crossover Mario Kart game. Sure, a few guests here and there are fine. 8 Deluxe had a great balance, but Mario hasn't even fully tapped into Mario yet. There's still so much potential, and I think they should really explore that as much as they can.
No, I agree, but again, I'm not like make or break. You know what I mean? I'm just not make or break. Give me some more NPCs and I'm good, you know?
First. At the end of the day, none of this is going to affect your average Mario Kart experience. I'm not going to be that one dude at the party going, why is DK Pass themed after Donkey Kong? Donkey Kong has nothing to do with the snow. I think
that might be Strike 6 gamers. I think it might be Strike 6. Unfortunate.
Nice. Most people are not going to care, and when I'm playing and having a fun time, it really doesn't matter that much. But I do think
the experience
could be enhanced a bit, just with that extra attention to detail added to the overall feeling that Mario Kart World is a more cohesive, stripped-down version of Mario's universe, with deeper cut characters and love shown for Mario's entire library, and course themes that are more thematically resonant with the characters and source material that they're trying to pull from. What do y'all think? Have these things ever bothered you? Do you think Mario Kart should be more than what it is? Have you ever?
No. I think they've done an amazing job, honestly. I think they've done an amazing job with Mario Kart World in terms of the mechanics and with the roster, I would say. And I'm excited to see what they come up with next. The references or not. So, else to be the toilet.
Ever played Mario Kart on a date? You really should, bro. I'm telling you. Anyways, thanks so much for watching. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace and hair grease.
Hang on. Bonus?
Oh, and the Kamek item is bad, and I hate it.
You're not fair. Hey, your most agreeable take was right at the end. Not a bad video, just kind of misinformed. Yeah, this. Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is? I feel like Go Play Hero is a bit too normal. He's just a bit too normal. He doesn't realize that we've had this conversation, that we've seen this. You never really start off with your best. Hey guys, just small channel, okay? Small channel. Hey, brother, have a Sony cigarette, okay? Have a Sony cigarette. Fix you right up, man. Fix you right up. They're candy sticks, by the way, if you're curious. I used to love them when I was a kid. I found some at the shop. But yeah, overall, yeah, it just seems like this is just get 300 subs and we'll talk. Yeah, listen, brother, come back. Hey, come back when you have 300 subs. Come here with the 300 subs, brother. Okay. Overall, I'll save my closing thoughts for after we read the comments. Let's have a look, shall we? Let's have a look real quick. Overthinking the video. I don't necessarily like blame him for like, you know, putting his thoughts out there. I don't think so. I would say I was really hoping that you would have like maybe some sort of alternative argument that I have not seen on Mario Kart Twitter or Reddit, or like, even bearing in mind I don't read these places, but even I've seen this take. Does that make sense? So it would have been nice if you had like maybe a bit more of a reason as to why. But yeah, it was just a bit of a shower thought type video, which is that's fine. You're relatively small. You'll get better, okay? Come back when you have 300 subs, okay? Then we'll talk, okay? Then we'll talk, okay? It's more just a thought experiment. It doesn't match reality and hasn't for ages, yeah, basically. I mean, Wire has a long history of... Literally, the top comment, gamers. Literally, the top comment says it. Oh, he's been done, gamers. He's been done. He's been filleted. He's been fish filleted. I see Mario Kart World as a place purely dedicated to racing, which is entirely separate from the regular Mushroom Kingdom. Yoshi's Island, Donkey Kong Country, or Wario locations. This part feels disconnected, since the course are branded after a famous racer. After producer Kosuke Yabuki took over as producer back when Mario Kart 7 was developed, there was a lot of emphasis on putting theming and brands dedicated to race within Mario Kart games. Oh, okay, that's interesting. That's why we've been seeing a lot of that relatively recently. They would directly state that Mario Kart is disconnected from the main Super Mario series, so it's paying more homage to the main Mario series itself exclusively. Oh, interesting. I for sure see Mario Kart 1 his own place too. I think some of the choices are just slightly weird thematically, but I could see it from the perspective that it could get logistically confusing if the whole Mario Kart world map was miniaturized version of the main Mario world. I mean, fair enough, but this feels like. I think this comment perfectly encapsulates the fact that this person probably just didn't think about this for that long. You know, I feel like if you looked into it, because this person obviously like looked into it a little bit, you know what I mean? He did a little bit of research. I feel like this is something you would probably, if I was researching the topic of theming, the first thing I know I would do is I would look up what do the devs think. That's the first thing I would think, you know? Or maybe it just comes a bit more naturally to me, if that makes sense. To be honest, the quality is pretty good for a small channel. Yeah, I mean, the video is well put together. And I'll save the compliments for the closing thoughts, okay? Because I don't think this was like an overall like bad video, just maybe poorly thought out, you know? But it wasn't bad, especially for the size. Most people like don't know how to work a microphone yet at his size. It kills me how toast arenas aren't spectators in Dry Bones Burnout. They probably should. That was probably like a bit of a free slam dunk that they missed, in all fairness, because it is obviously Dia de los Muertos themed, and so is Toast Arena. So, bit of a miss. That's something I could get behind. Moresty's a weird one. Looking at when Sunshine came out, it seemed like every side game was dedicated to including the Piantas. In some ways, Sluggers, Thousand Year Door, Mario Kart, we all accepted them as new staples of the Marioverse. Then Galaxy came out and Rosalie was adopted into the main roster almost immediately. So the fact that none of the new Odyssey characters have made any appearances is bizarre. I remember genuinely thinking, confused, that Switch's Mario Party and Tennis game didn't have any characters from that game, not even Cappy. I think earliest this was happening was Paper Mario Sticker Star, where apparently the team wasn't allowed to make any new types of enemies outside the staple Mario ones. It's weird. Yeah, I don't know why they haven't, but like, I don't know, they just haven't, I guess? Yeah. Starview Big in Japan is literally called Rosalina's Observatory. Why did they give it such a weird name here then? Strange. Nothing for... Oh, he's been... Gamers. He's been called out. He's been called out, gamers. He's been called out. What does he have to say? You're right, she does. Lol. Oh boy. At least he admitted it. I know they have Togos too, which I guess it mentions as their enemies, and it was referencing to courses there. But yeah, Daisy does have a place this might be. It's a nice Easter egg. We'll love to see a full course one day. Well, yeah, I mean, that kind of goes against a bit of your point there, but I suppose you admitted you're wrong, but it's the kind of thing I think you probably research before you make a video like this, yeah. Unfortunately. Restricting the characters to a theme can get so tiresome quickly. He's respected... I like this. A very respectful disagreement. Very respectful disagreement. Yeah, like, what if I made a drawing and then some guy complained it had nothing to do with my personality? Real. Oh, Checky! There's a Checky in the comment! I always love the lol of backpedaling. True. It's weird how Nintendo often seem to behave as they don't have full legal rights to their own games or unaware of their own back catalogue. Oh no, JJ. I don't know who this Checky is, but he's a reference Andy as well. He's a reference Andy, therefore he sucks. Is this your goat, chat? Is this your goat? He sucks now. He's a reference Andy. Like, there's no obvious reasons why levels can't be throwbacks to other games, even deep dives. It was actually charming to see those Easter Island heads return in, like, what, 30 years MIA? But why is it so rare and unusual for them to do such a thing? Maybe it's because of Miyamoto's dislike of Net has nothing to do with Miyamoto. I don't think... Does Miyamoto have something to do with the Mario Kart series? To my knowledge, no, right? If there aren't too many throwbacks, maybe they invite assumptions to the Mario continuity, which he said he doesn't want to be part of the series. Yeah, but like, they just don't... Because maybe they want to get tied up by the past. Jesus Christ, gamers are so whiny. Oh, man. Yeah, Nintendo are kings in nostalgia Japan, and an entire brand is being tied. You know, that's also true, actually. That's actually true. Implying Daisy wasn't always hot. Oh, it's the guy again. Oh, no, it's the guy. It's Goomba 1309. I remember him. Guys, it's the guy. It's the guy that said I suck. Nah, Danvo, I hate him. I hate him. He said I hate him, even though I didn't. So now I hate him. I hate him now, gamers. I hate him. He's right. No, he sucks. In a random comment section, he said I suck. So now and I hate him and I attacked him. So now I'm gonna actually attack him. He sucks. He sucks. He sucks. He sucks. His opinions are. If you agree with him, you're wrong, Chad. If you agree with him, you're wrong. I just completely. Oh, F7's here. I just completely disagree with you. I like almost every aspect of Mario Kart is brand new. Like, I like how Wario just can have a ship on, how DK can have a spaceport. I don't need it to be a reference. If anything, I love how Mario Kart avoids it. I'd always take a coconut mall over a Yoshi's Island. Always? I don't know about always, but I get his idea. I actually really like Yoshi's Island, but I also like coconut mall. Both. Maybe 2K. But yeah, I would always take a... You know, actually, I agree. I would always take a coconut mall over Yoshi's Island. I would always take something new and great over referenced and great, you know? I don't think Dandelion Depths is a reference, but I can definitely see some resemblance. Isn't it a bit like... It does... Isn't it like a bit obviously a wooded kingdom? I totally agree they keep it up with the original course. I can't imagine a world like Coconut Mall. Just let's see a little more references. Ah, fair. Steam God. Yeah, isn't it Steam Gardens? I don't know. Maybe. I mean this in the nicest way. I think you need glasses or get the ones you fit. Ow! Oh, lame duck! No! Because Dandelion Depths is absolutely odd reference. Wooded Kingdom, yeah. Wooded Kingdom has you run along vine flowers, and what is a dandelion? A flower. Wooded Kingdom has a bunch of red metal structures and buildings, and why is a lot of structures in Dandelion Depths? Big metal paths. And the Wooded Kingdom is a few water areas you can swim in. Seriously, get an image of both places and it's immediately clear it's an Odyssey-themed track. He hit him with the glasses. Oh no. You can't be hey, lame. That's mean. I'm downvoting that. That's very mean. I'm downvoting that. He did not need that, okay? It doesn't make sense until you realize the sponsors always have naming rights on sports venues. Is the Delta Center associated with flights? Is FedEx Field associated with package deliveries? Are dogs and cats allowed in Petco Park? Or I actually never thought about it like that. That's actually pretty interesting. What if the Mario Kart tracks are just like branding, you know? Let's say they made a snowboard cross themed track, but Donkey Kong was like, I'll pay 20 bananas for the rights. And then like it's DK's snowboard cross now. That's actually pretty interesting. I've never actually thought about it that way. I've actually never... Why have I never... I'm a football fan. Like, there's literally, like... what's it? Like, there's sponsors all over stadiums. Even my Arsenal is like the Emirates Stadium. Does that have anything to do with flights? The airplane company? No, it's just... They sponsor it. That's what it's called that. So maybe that's what it is again. Maybe Mario and Luigi joint sponsored the fucking Mario Bros. Circuit. Shit. Okay. Interesting. I never thought about that, actually. Maybe like the neutral venues are places people don't want to sponsor. Hey, interesting way of thinking about it. I just agree with the fact that DK can't have Snow Mountain, considering his home island, you play through several levels of it. And yes, literally, someone said it. Warriors, you mentioned, is full of himself and money in general. He's also a businessman, which is why people, and what do people typically like have? Ego, and he has a big one. True. As they are, the Shy Guy Bazaar has been repurposed to represent Sarasa Land, so the desert and oasis fits perfectly. Rosalie having Ice World makes sense when you remember the space is cold, represents isolation, and could represent loneliness, like how she was a child and only barely had Lumas. Yeah, fair. Ice regions also have auroras, which each soul represents. In a way, it doesn't make sense for her to have ice themes. Not to, in a way, it does make sense for her to have ice themes. Not to mention her icy blue-colored dress even has an aurora outfit. Do you know what? This person's probably done more water carrying for Ice World than I ever thought of. In all fairness, Aurora Borealis, therefore. Lastly, DK Space War. There's plenty of things in Donkey Kong games that will tell you that Kongs are adept at barrel technology. In DKC3, they even operate machines made by Funky Kong as a barrel plane. Ooh, interesting. It's clear that... Oh. And also, it kind of makes sense that, like, it's kind of high up because it's, like, 25M, right? Like, you're climbing up and then 50M and then 75M. So it kind of makes sense that it's a tall structure. So I always, like, if it's not a spaceport, maybe it'd be like a something... You know what I mean? Like, it just kind of makes sense. I just kind of thought of it like that, you know? Maybe Luigi's broke. That's why everyone has a new track since Wii. Maybe Mario felt bad and co-sponsored MCB. Oh! Literally, that could be the case. That could be the case. The track is so unrelated to Wario, they changed its French name to Frosted Downhill. Elf. This is why French people suck, literally. I personally prefer that Mario Kart was only track based on established... Hey, someone that agrees with our sensibilities. Hey, neat. Upvote. You agree with me, therefore upvote. I generally headcanon Spaceport's tied to Funky Kong in some way. He's a pretty handy guy, makes all sorts of weapons and operating vehicles. So I imagine he had a head honcho behind the Spaceport. And it's named after Donkey Kong because just how, judging how odd that Donkey Kong is now called Cranky Kong, Donkey Kong is more of a title than an actual name. And I guess Funky decided she should name his Spaceport after the strongest Kong or something. A bit of a weak headcanon, but headcanon nonetheless. That's a fun idea. Original Mario Kart, always. Ooh. Dry Bones profile picture. Downvote. TikTok clock. Downvote. Then the reason Nintendo chooses to make whole cities is frankly because they take place in different worlds, and it's been a typical thing for any Mario game. And they don't struggle to come up with having things be themed particularly because of that. Yeah, basically. I agree. Therefore, Warriors get someone. Seems like people are getting in for Warriors Galleon. You know, a lot of people. It's funny you say DK should have more jungle tracks when most people hate that. Yes, literally. Yes. Drew, what do you have against Drybone's profile pictures? Everyone with a Drybone's profile picture is Odyssey Central, and I've beef with him ever since he mispronounced my name. I'm joking, honestly. Okay, please keep doing it. It's funny. It's really, really funny. Dude, really? I've never heard anyone say it. Never? Literally never? Anyone? Crazy. But But definitely other angles I could go. Probably wouldn't work for WOD since it's not underwater anymore. Underwater DK course would have been sick in 8. After that, aquatic ambience. Sounds like a complaint from the early days. I don't know. I still see people saying this. I've heard it quite often. I wouldn't say a lot, but I've heard it quite often. But to be fair, I'd argue also the ones that age the best because I was much like MKW and DS, both its DK tracks hit me with a severe case of how the fuck. I struggled to enjoy them much as I did Luigi's Mansion or Wii Rainbow. Really? Really? You struggled to enjoy the DK tracks because you were too busy thinking, why is it DK? Strange. Very, very strange. When 7 gave him a track based on DKC, people were celebrating. Well, that fucking wasn't. It fucking sucked. The only person who's ever seen thinks this is Musty mentioned in Murmur gives me. It's me. Quandale Shy Guy. Quandale Shy Guy mentioned me. Sir Musty mentioned. People are lying. You never start off with your best track. Where are the cars? Musty mentioned. Musty mentioned. People on the line. Yes. Downvote. Fuck Sir Musty. Frankly, I've had the opposite problem, Mario. How does a series with so much creativity in a race course but insist on making a jump through the same grass and sand levels I've been seeing since 9? True! Actually, this is the most true guy of all! This is literally the most true guy of all. I've had enough. I have had enough of the fucking, oh, let's just have an ice track and make it icy. Let's have a desert track and make it desi. Do something inspiring. Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. Yes, I agree with this. Pin the comment. I agree. I agree the most. Is there any ones that he's replied to? Oh, you're a no! Hit him with the Andy. Try hit him with the Andy. You're a reference Andy. Shit. What's wrong with doing something unique? DK has multiple jungle-themed courses, 2 snow courses, and a spaceport. At least give him some variety. Nothing at all. Like I said, I just like original Mario courses, but I think there's small areas where the source material will be right for certain scenarios, but underutilized. Yeah, true. You're not fair. I mean, you called it a theming problem, which replies there's something Weong. Yeah, I think that's just unfortunate. I think kindly evil BGM is realizing that clickbait is real. Do you mean YouTubers will put a title to get attention? No! Yeah, it's just unfortunate, really. Learn what clickbait is, buddy. Interesting topic. Makes me happy to see people make vids on it. I never thought of it, but it's an interesting point. Warrior's Shipyard was the first time in the series I'm like, okay, why does he own a shipyard? Oh, no. Waluigi Pinball was such an anomaly, but the music felt authentically Waluigi. A casino would have been made more sense, but all of its skill-based games out there, Pinball definitely was the most unfair and devastating. Wait, the first time was Shipyard? The first time you were like, hold up. Was Shipyard? Really? Like, the first time I did that was like, I think Ice World. I think Ice World was literally the first time I was like, why is it an Ice World? Why couldn't she have like a more, like, there's galaxy references in the background. Why couldn't you make it, if you're going to reference galaxy in the background, make it a galaxy themed course? You know? I think that was the first time I was like, probably the only time I was like, I think every other time I'm like, okay, yeah, sure, they own the place. Why is Donkey a con? Real, honestly. I'm kind of the opposite when it comes to character themes. I like the track of Warrior Stadium because it kind of gives us an insight to characters based on what track and its connection to the character's interest. Same goes for someone like Daisy's Cruise or Toad Harbor. True! That's fair. You know what? He's being nice. He's being nice in the comments. I like that. I like, I respect it. Listen, in all fairness, Go Play Hero. Again, I think the video was a bit underbaked, a bit shower thought-esque, a bit more research for the future. But he's got the comment etiquette down, right, chat? He's been very polite to reply. He's even replying to people he disagree with him. I like it. I respect it. The NML represent is BP. Oh, it's past the P. Oh, past the P. I'm down voting because it's past the... I'm not going to do that. No! He's a foot. No! He's a four. We've got full mentioned. No! No, gamers. It took us to the comments. We mentioned full. No! There it is, gamers. It's always full. Let's say full Gina or who's the other one? Like Vivian. It's always those three, isn't it? It's always those three. Egad. That's like the 4 horsemen of the Mario Kart roster apocalypse. Egad, Vivian, Full, and Gino. Those are the 4 horsemen. Fucking hell. Unreal. But either way, interesting comment section. Closing thoughts. Go Play Hero. I think your video presentation and your overall style was actually pretty good. I think you had good. I think your editing was solid. I think your audio presentation was very solid. I think if you did a topic that you were much more researched in, I would say that you could definitely go places. But for now, listen, don't come back until you have 500 subs, okay? I don't even look at channels that are less than 500. Okay, you should be honest. Okay, you should be honest. All right, go get your game up, little gup. I will leave it there, chat. We'll leave it, chat. Good luck. Best of luck to you, brother. Best of luck to you. And we'll leave it there.